a caveman. I just handle it. I just
Caveman. Caveman. Caveman.
I will say the same thing. I will say the same thing.
Okay. 505. Welcome. Do your best and try to be brave as we learn about the petrified man that was found in our cave. It's episode 76 of Caveman News. I messed up my mask. Thank you, everybody. And now it is time. Okay, I got that turned off. Everything is good. We are golden. This is the perfect month. And it would not be perfect if we did not get right down to it. What is that waft? Is that strong cologne? Or is it the man with the hands of stone? Ladies and gentlemen, it's Pepito.
Out of this world.
I thought about making this applause break for Pepito's entrance shorter, but I completely forgot at the last minute, and I remembered about an hour away from going live that, I should make this shorter, but I didn't, and I thought it'll be funny to have the long applause break once again. Pepito is worth it, ladies and gentlemen. Beautiful. Pepito, we made it.
We made it.
How are you? How are you doing tonight?
So good.
So good. Absolutely. Thank you very much. And yeah, do you want to get right into it? Start the episode? I've got a button here for that.
Yes, absolutely. Let's get into this show.
Okay, the button is not work. Oh, I completely messed up. I hit the wrong button. It happens.
Start the if I was in the chat, I would be saying start the show.
I know you would.
Start the show.
Okay. All right. We got our boots off. Pepito, do you have your boots off for Barrett? You need your custom Pepito sneakers. It's kind of unfair that I'm the only one with the trademark set of shoes.
We're working on the Caveman News 2025s.
We are. And I do love your sweater there. I do need to see it up close. Current Argus, the paper of record that we all know and love. It's wonderful. Let's get right down into it. I have index cards here somewhere. What do you know about the petrified man found in the Carlsbad caverns?
He must have been really hard. Nothing. I don't know, because I don't I don't try to look too far into these episodes. I like to experience them as you present them.
Yeah, I mean, I just get these index cards with how the show's supposed to be laid out. Nowadays, Cave TV prepares them and gives them to me. That cute intern Stacy, delivered these to my door earlier today. And yes, watch out for Skinner. Thank you, Stacy. Thank you, Stacy, the Caveman News intern. I say okay. I have my timer started. Let's go. Let's get right into it. Here we go, Pepito. Ah, jeez. Hang on. I dropped my cards. Hold on. This is kind of...
Skinwalker.
I just don't think I'm ready to handle it. A caveman.
Okay.
Is there any way, could you, like, patch in the mystery producer to do some I'm not going to be able to pick up all these index cards and read them. I'm going to lose my place. You know how I am. Just send in the mystery producer. Just read what's on the screen. It'll be fine. Alright, hang on. I think we're back live. What the hell? I can't even hang up the phone. Okay. Alright, Pepito. I'm gonna have to go index card lists because I dropped them all and I can't put them back in order. Mystery producer, do you copy? Are you there? Okay. Alright, let's start it off.
Old hoax about petrified man, one of the biggest ever pulled on citizens of Eddie.
Could you hear that?
No.
You couldn't? Okay,
Knock
shit.
that shit off. Let's get this started.
Wait, hang on. What'd you say? Hello? Alright, I guess I'm
talking to
alone.
me?
Yes, I'm talking to you. Could you hear the mystery producer?
No, I couldn't.
Okay. Baxter says they did. Cinderoni heard it. Okay. So the mystery producer is now going to be reading the
Old
headlines
hoax
here.
About petrified man,
She just
one
reads
of the
the
biggest ever
headlines
pulled
as they
on
are.
citizens of Eddie.
He does. You can't hear him? Okay.
No.
Okay, we don't have time to figure that. If everybody in the chat can hear it and understand it, that's good. This first one just says old hoax about petrified man, one of the biggest ever pulled on the citizens of Eddie, and that's kind of a bummer. They didn't tell me that this was going to be a hoax, and I'm kind of... I'll get over it. What is this hoax?
Early day Carlsbad, its citizens intrigued with the problems of the infant frontier town in a growing, bustling, and changing country, was the scene of many gags pulled by smooth-talking promoters.
So they would pull gags. Are you not hearing anything, Pepito?
No, but I can read.
Yeah, that's just really strange. Thank you, mystery producer, for helping us read these. I'm glad I can hear them and the chat can hear them. No, it's not Chunky Click. I kind of got distracted because I was wondering how this whole patching in type thing would go. But let's see.
But probably the biggest hoax ever perpetrated upon the unsuspecting citizens of Eddie was the one involving a fake petrified man.
Now that does suck. I don't know. They say it's a fake petrified man, but I'm not sure I believe that. Do you?
Sure. Yes.
You believe that it's faked? God, you really
I go back
do.
and forth in my mind about it.
That's crazy. I believe it. I don't know. I feel like they also said that when we discussed treasures and we talked about the gold that Doc Noss found, they also said that was fake. So I'm holding out hope that maybe it is real. And thank you, Cinderoni. Cinderoni says
Cinderoni.
it's definitely real. So I agree. I want to hear more.
The petrified man, discovered in the depths of Carlsbad Caverns, then known as Guadalupe Cave,
Damn.
was placed on exhibit at
$1
$1
a
a
glimpse.
glimpse.
What's up?
$1 a glimpse.
Oh, did I? Okay, I got confused because I was trying to listen to the mystery producer read this, and then I heard you saying something over it, and I was like, wait. So I missed that. So they charged $1 a glimpse. That's pretty nice. I mean, what else are you gonna do with $1 in what is this, 1904? Jeez, the mystery producer forgot to announce what year this all occurred in, so that's kind of the mystery producer's fault, but I don't blame the mystery producer. I have nothing but love for all of the Cave TV staff.
The discoverers took several $100s from local citizens before they left town during the unromantic hours of the night to exhibit the petrified gentleman in other climes.
All hours of the night are
It was the
romantic.
unromantic. Oh, that's cool. There's a little illustration. I don't know.
They look like $100.
I guess that's since it's a petrified man, we just have the gravestone. I'm not sure that's accurate, but what can you do? Thank you to the Cave TV staff, courtroom sketch artist who has been providing some drawings for the show. But yeah, what do you think the unromantic hours of the evening are?
Maybe 2 to 5.
Jeez, you don't think that's unromantic? Yeah, of course it's morning, but I don't know. To me, that's a pretty romantic time. Maybe if you said, okay, what do we have? Soy Teresa says 7 to 8. I concur. I don't think that's very romantic at all. That's the
Dinner time.
That's the precursor to romance.
Those look like hooves holding $100
came
bills.
about, according to the Eddie Argus in 1893,
1893.
when two enterprising carpenters named Dahl and Coates were out hunting.
Okay, so they were out hunting, and they Dahl and Coates. I don't know.
They accidentally
Oh, that's cool.
found the entrance of the cave, explored it for some distance, and while groping about by the dim light of a candle, Dahl said he stumbled on the alleged petrification at the giant dome.
Wow. Okay, so the giant dome. We know it. We love it. They found... I guess this is what the Cave TV courtroom sketch artist thinks that must have looked like. I'd be terrified. Would you?
While groping about by the dim light of a candle.
Yeah.
I'm always
I don't know
doing-
why you're not hearing the mystery producer. That's very strange.
I really wish I could, but I will.
Do you have something
One day.
muted, possibly?
No.
Huh. Okay. Well, we don't want to get bogged down talking about the technical issues. We can just luxuriate in hearing that this is what they found deep into the into the caverns. What does Brother Binks say here? It's a mouthful. My research from Eddie Argus says it was a concrete... Brother Binks,
He's a researching.
you're a liar. I don't believe it. I don't think so. Brother Binks, I think you're wrong. I think you've been wrong a million times, and I'm going to chalk this one up to another being wrong. That does not look like a concrete man to me.
He declared he was horror-stricken when he came in contact with a human body and called his companion.
Okay, so yeah, he was horrified. He even called his companion. So I guess they were wandering around in the cave by candlelight and they got separated. I don't know. Okay, if you and I went into a cave by candlelight, would you leave my side and abandon me?
Never. Caveman news. People stick together.
Exactly. We're through thick and thin. We are better amigos than Doll and Coates. I wouldn't let you go wandering around. Because, like, what if you found a petrified man or something like that? I hope when we get to the end of this story, we find out they also found a petrified woman. Or another man. I don't care.
Family.
Yeah, petrified family. God, I need to rewatch Shoplifters. Okay.
Both thoroughly convinced that it was a genuine human body, that the man had either died there or had died somewhere else and had been placed there by friend or foe.
Gah. Okay, so possibly they're thinking that this dead body they found could have been a placed there by a friend, you know, kind of memorializing, putting your friend... Would you... Okay, if I died, would you put me in the Carlsbad Caverns?
I would plant Conda's dead corpse anywhere he desired to be planted.
Absolutely. But if you put me in the caverns, I'd like to imagine you'd be doing it out of friendship and not because you're a foe of mine. But that's just how I like to see the world.
They said it was their impression the man had been murdered and hidden in the caves, and they were the first to discover this ghastly evidence of crime.
Ghastly.
Damn, ghastly evidence of crime. What is... I'm sorry, I'm trying to catch up here to the chat. Dark Fart says, have you, all you guys been in the caverns? I'm scared. Nothing to be afraid of. Would you say, do you have any reassuring words about how beautiful our caverns are?
But if you've visited Carlsbad Caverns, you've left something behind.
Damn. Okay.
Stop leaving stuff behind.
Well, and it's not scary at all because Doll and Coates got the petrified man out of there, so there's nothing to fear anymore.
News of the big discovery created much excitement in the community. It was the general topic of conversation up and down the street.
Hell yeah. I mean, what else are you going to talk about in 1893? Well, I don't know. This was also the heyday of the outlaw towns of Phoenix and Wolftown. So maybe there was a lot going on. And a quick reminder, we will be bringing those outlaw towns back in a few months when we have the election.
Wakanda.
Yeah. Oh, gosh. Hang on. Soy Teresa says, Conda, why don't you have a pic of me next to the cave titty on your stream deck? And that is a huge oversight on my part. I have a great photo of Soy Teresa
titty.
pretending to pinch the cave titty's nipple. Forced perspective, that type thing. She didn't actually touch it because what is it? They don't want the human slime to get on the cave pieces because it'll help them not grow so good. I can't remember. I haven't been in the cave in a while. I should.
Heavily frowned upon.
What does Dark Fart say? What if the petrified
Dark
man
Fart to the
haunts them
chat.
now? Golly. Now that is some real Scooby-Doo shit. That would be horrifying.
The next morning at daylight, the house of one of the carpenters was besieged by hundreds of men, women, and children, anxious to get a glimpse of the wonderful piece of human statuary.
Statuary.
Wow. Okay, so yeah, everybody shows up. Whole town rolls out. I'd like to think that Carlsbad is a tight community. And if we found a petrified man down there today, I think the whole community would rally around it. Don't you?
Yes, and I would want a piece of the human statuary as well.
You want your own human statuary?
Piece
Show
of
me
it.
the... Oh. I was going to say, can you show me the pose that you would like a human statue to be in?
In Big Steve pose.
Oh, yeah. See, that's classic. Get that prayer hands, and then you got to get the turn the head and the pursing of the lips slightly. It's beautiful.
Soon after sunrise, a photographer, who's on good terms with one of the discoverers, got permission to make a photograph of the petrified man.
Oh, that's cool. So there we have the petrified man, kind of with his lips all pretty and everything, because he's posing for a photograph. What does Soy Teresa said? You're so good at it, Pepito. She
Yeah.
is accurate in this description.
Big Steve
but
is my hero.
I wish we could have found the actual photo that they took of the petrified man, but big respect to the Cave TV courtroom sketch artist. That's such a long title. We should figure out their name, because constantly saying Cave TV courtroom sketch artist on staff is kind of a mouthful. But hey, until I sit down and talk to them and figure out their name, I guess we'll just... Or I could ask intern Stacy. Maybe she would know. Soy Teresa says he's got juicy lips, so well preserved. And I agree.
Certain skeptics who viewed the body claimed that it was not a case of petrification,
What?
but a man's body made out of cement. An investigation got underway.
See,
That'd be so-
it sounds like these people are ancestors of Brother Binks, thinking this miraculous discovery was a concrete fake. Because, I'm sorry, I know it's 1893, but I can't help but think that the citizens of Carlsbad we're just a smarter breed. I can't imagine we'd all be fooled by concrete. We know the difference between concrete and flesh. You know?
Yeah. Yeah. It's pretty obvious.
To me it is.
But how'd they
but
make-
I ain't from Artesia
how'd they
or
get 'em?
Roswell or something. What?
How'd they make a mold?
Oh, see, yeah. I'm not believing it. We need to do a quick check-in. Let's see what Cobra's up to. Okay. He's having a big snooze. I just wanted to check and make sure, get a visual on the boy.
Inquiry at the local railroad office
boy.
disclosed that a box weighing 500 pounds, billed as statuary, had been shipped from Los Angeles to George L. Traber a week before the discovery.
Fragile.
Okay. So if these accusations that the petrified man was a fake, if those are true, then this looks like a 500-pound concrete man that was manufactured in L.A. Real Hollywood type. I don't know. I'm not buying it, but we'll see.
When facts of the investigation became known, the graven image sneaked out the back door of the storeroom, climbed into a wagon with coats on the box, and was hauled across the staked plains into Texas.
It went on tour.
I like Coates posting up on the box. It reminds me of the episode where we talked about the public execution of James Barrett, and there was that part where they said that he rode to the gallows on his coffin. Or his casket, He's like sitting on top of it and rode it to the gallows where they hung him. I don't know. I think about that a lot. And I think Coates writing on the petrified man box is similar.
Within a few days, a newspaper at Talia, Texas, contained a glowing account of a petrified human body on display there. They told of the discovery in the Guadalupe cave. Coates announced that he was going to take the exhibit to the World's Fair.
Jeez. Okay, so Talia, Texas is 100% on that copying Carlsbad shit. They're saying, "Oh, we gotta, we're looking at the petrified man too." Come on, that's so old. At Carlsbad at this point, we're over it. They're just copycats. Yeah. But that is cool, taking it to the World's Fair. What do you know about the World's Fairs?
Pretty big deal. It's where they invented the waffle cone.
Oh, jeez, I forgot about that. See, my mind immediately went to, that's where, who was it? H.H. Holmes had his murder house, where he murdered a bunch of people in his house at the World Fair in Chicago. But
oh, wow.
Yeah. Pretty crazy book. I think it's called Murder in White City. Or, not White City, because that's Carlsbad territory. Cinderoni says, "So glad you're here, Dark Farts."
Dark
Absolutely.
Farts.
Treasure.
True Carlsbad.
Treasure.
Local citizens, after receiving the Tulia newspaper, sent word that the whole thing was a fake, and the stone man again made an unceremonious hijra, and was next reported at Gainesville, Texas, where it had changed hands at the snug price of $6,000.
Jeez, $6,000 in 1893? That's crazy. Sure. I don't know if I'd spend that much on a stone man, real or fake. What is going on here in the chat? I bet Brother Binks also thought of the murderer. He loves murders. That sounds like Brother Binks. You know what? Pepito.
He's such a murderhead. Yeah, what?
Do you have a pen and paper?
Yes, absolutely.
Okay.
Prepared.
Can you just make a note really quick that when we make our campaign video for my run for mayor of Phoenix, that we need to reference Cinderoni herself in the chat here saying that Brother Binks loves murders. That can be kind of that can be kind of our hit piece against Brother Binks. That's some ammunition. His own campaign manager is saying this.
Unhealthy interests.
Oh wait, is that Dogtree General? Dogtree General in the chat?
DTG.
Golly, DTG is here. I didn't even notice. I just saw it out here saying, "Who out here pro murder?" And I was like, "Huh, that's funny." And then I squint a little bit and I see that it's the Dogtree General. We missed the Dogtree General. Utah's own, Utah's finest.
Ooh. ahead.
$6,000 in 1913 would equal $194,421.21 in 2015.
How much is
Wow.
that?
A
So that's-
3,140.4% increase.
That's so the inflation calculator doesn't go back to 1893. 1913 is the latest it can go back. So that's impressive. How much is it? I can't see it.
3,140%, $194,421.21.
That's how much they're dropping on a petrified man.
Stone Man on tour.
So, what do you think? Would a petrified woman sell for more or less? I mean, this is 1893.
There'd be more interest in a female statue, I think.
Hell yeah, especially if she was, I mean, hey, come on, don't talk about intern Stacy like that. But, if she had certain attributes, I could see her. Okay, let's move on. Let's not dwell on that.
Meanwhile, it had been examined by some of the best geologists in the state, prominent physicians, and others who pronounce it a verifiable case of petrification.
See? There. The best, geologists and... What does it say, Pepito?
Prominent physicians.
Yes,
best
prominent
geologists in the
physicians.
state.
Okay. Now, of course, I assume they're still talking about the people in Tulia. So these are the best Texas physicians and geologists. And, what are you going to... they're from Texas. But they do agree that this is 100% a real petrified person. So, eat it, doubters.
Furthermore, a young woman claiming to be a cousin of the younger boys had identified the body beyond all question as that of the junior member of the noted gang, whom, she said, had taken refuge in the Guadalupe Mountains some years ago when pursued by officers of the law and had never since been heard of.
Wow. Okay, so
We
have at least one person that says not only is the petrified man real, it's one of the younger boys from the younger gang. I don't know much about the younger gang anymore. I think I did at one point. Did you?
Oh. No, but I've hung out in a cave that Billy the Kid has hidden out in. So, yeah,
Damn.
I believe it.
What cave is that?
People be hiding out in caves. It's in Doña Ana, Las Cruces area.
Okay.
Forget what that area is
Yeah.
called.
He was big there.
The Oregon Mountains.
I feel like inevitably we're gonna do a whole episode about Billy the Kid someday, but there's just so much to get into.
Yeah.
I have admitted, I'm not ashamed of, I'm not afraid to admit my past. I was born in Missouri, and I did live there for 9 years. And when I was a kid, and I remember like 3rd grade or something, we went on a field trip to a place called the Jesse James Hideout. And it was a cave that supposedly Jesse James and his brother Frank, I think, hid out. That was like their cave, and there was a cabin inside the cave. Okay. Later. But I'm telling you, it was very cool. I wonder what... Oh. What's this? I can't see. Frank and Jesse James?
But played by Johnny Cash, Chris Christopherson, and Willie Nelson.
Wow. Nice. You know what movie I need to rewatch?
What?
What's that movie? The Robert Ford, the coward who shot Jesse James or something like that. I can't remember.
Oh, wow.
And who's in it? Is it Casey Affleck? I don't know.
Oh, he's awesome.
Oh,
What an amazing actor.
oh my gosh, I need to rewatch The Killer Inside Me.
She knew the body by 3 distinct marks thereon, and declared she would have recognized it on a dark street at night.
Wow. Okay, so he has some distinct wounds that she would have been able to identify. And I do have solidarity with that because I have some distinct wounds. Do you have any distinct wounds?
Yeah, like when I blew my knee on
Oh, yeah.
Sea Hill, filming the All My Pepito segment.
Episode, I see, I wish I had like a catalogic? Whatever. A memory that was like a catalog. And I could recall exactly what episode that was. The
Caveman
stunts
News season
episode. Yeah, somewhere in the...
It was acting.
Oh, it
that
was
the episode we had
acting.
Brandon. And
then,
Brandon watched it.
And then the week after we did stunts. And
Or
you did
Brando.
a little breakdown of your stunt from the acting episode. Oh, and what does Baxter say? Good thing Nurse Shane Andrews was there to fix Pepito.
Hell yeah.
It was with Brando. Yeah. Okay. So, yes. Thank you, Nurse Shane Andrews.
All she needs is a frenzy of
to
cat
exhibit
devotion.
the petrified man in Texas. The tour was to end in Austin, where other geologists would examine the exhibit and endorse it as others had done.
Wow. So they were taking this petrified man to Austin, Texas. I've heard of it. I hear it's nice sometimes. I don't know.
It's a good place to end a tour.
I mean, if you're a geologist, where else are you going to go?
From there, Mr. Younger was to be shipped to Chicago, and that is the last Carlsbad residents ever heard of the hoax.
Until now, but... And I don't like how they're calling it a hoax, because the jury's still out, and at least... I mean, they were Texans, but some people did verify that it was veritable.
Prominent physicians.
A Dog Treat General says syndicate always sounds so sinister. Dog Treat, I must 100% agree with that. I cannot think of a good syndicate for the life of me. Can you, Pepito? A good syndicate.
No.
Me either. Oh, we got first time chat here from Momo Hard. Hi, longtime fan, first time lurker since 2004 when Jeff, who's that, was cleaning a dock on the Caveman News intro. Soy Teresa says, welcome Momo Hard. So, thank you, Momo Hard.
Welcome to the show.
Absolutely.
It was later learned that the petrified man was manufactured by an Italian in Los Angeles who made to order Cardiff giants and other wonders of the age and sold them to adventurers who took them to out-of-the-way places,
Designer.
hid them, discovered them, and exhibited or sold them.
That's really strange to me. Why do you have to specify that it was an Italian who made this?
Because I had that Italian,
allegedly.
that Italian design. Italians are known
okay,
for
so it's like
design.
high quality. It's, you know,
It's like luxury.
nobody makes concrete men for hoaxing
And
your
plus, all
homies
the-
like the Italians
all the-
do.
All the Roman statues. And
True.
whatnot.
Okay. You got me. You got me. Oh,
Ooh.
and a Dog Treat General says Italy is famous for statues. Perfect. Yeah, absolutely. But this is the Cardiff giant here. Now that's a big fool.
Yeah.
This is one of the famous petrified man hoaxes.
Wow.
I love the drawing. I love how modest it is, making sure to cover themselves up. Soy Teresa says he's all tall, and I
Looked
do
like
agree.
a Tool music video.
Absolutely. Tool ripped off the Cardiff Giant. I love this photo of
Their shit.
the Cardiff Giant with the big censored thing.
Denver
I
Public Library.
The
Special collections.
the Cave TV staff really should have put the word censors on that. Censored on the genital
Put a big
shield
rusty.
there.
A big
That'd
rusty
be-
logo.
That would be tight.
Commenting on the fate, the Eddie artist said, "A petrified man is found somewhere in the western states about once a month on average, and this line of business, no doubt, will be profitable so long as suckers continue to be born in the world."
Wow.
Keep.
Okay, and suckers are still being born.
Suckers.
See, that's another thing I disagree with. They say things like this will keep happening as long as suckers are born. But when's the last time you've heard about a fake petrified man? Pepito.
Never.
Okay. Yeah,
Never.
me either. I think it's a lost art.
But we hear about.
Cinderoni says she's mad it was a hoax. And I would be mad too if I believed that it was a hoax. But I think a lot of times the powers that be kind of poo-poo on the real heroes of Carlsbad. I think James Barrett, the first man executed in town, I think he was innocent. I think Doc Noss really did find gold out in the mountains.
For the feet. Feet man.
I think that... Oof. I'm struggling with the name. Oh! I think the music teacher, Mr. Best, I think he really did discover pipelines on the moon. I believe Carlsbad people. So, to me, it's real. And okay, I'm being told by the Cave TV staff that that's the end of the story in the newspaper. However, this story was printed on May 26th, 1940, and they did provide some further things from that issue. You want to see what else was in the news that day?
Yes, take me back to 1940.
Here we go. Alright, this is the front page. Nazis claim entire French army doomed. That's crazy. I mean, there's a lot of things I disagree with the Nazis about, but that's some real nerd stuff to say. You're all doomed. What is this? Come on. This is real life. But I am kind of blown away by how much text and how much writing was done in these early newspapers. I mean, look at all that. It's overwhelming.
This was the only source of information at the time.
Yeah, true.
Or
Fair to its readers, fair to its advertisers.
Okay, so that's the current Argus tagline in 1940. Fair to its advertisers, fair to its readers. And I think that's a great tagline. I think we should start using that for Caveman News.
Yeah.
Fair to
we
our
should start.
advertise. Oh, speaking of, I forgot to mention it on stream, but Caveman News did just reach affiliate level on Twitch. And I was told today via email that Caveman News is now eligible to start making money off of ads or getting tips and
We'll say the
everything.
same thing.
Which I don't think we're gonna start playing ads on this show, but It is neat that we're at that level, the monetization level for Twitch.
741 visitors at Cave Saturday from 31 states.
Wow. Okay, 741 visitors to the cave on that day. Soy Teresa says local ads only, please. 100%.
Cinderoni's astrological services.
Golly. We do need that. Maybe she'll hire you to create an ad for her.
I could sell ad space on our Cave TV.
Soy Teresa
TV.
says La Tienda Thriftway. 100%. We need to start
They
running
do
that.
want to be our store.
They do.
They
Okay,
are.
this is what was in the paper. I just like the church's little logo type thing. I wonder if they did that every week and it just says what's going
That's
on
special.
at the churches that week and stuff. That's pretty cool.
Church corner.
What is this?
Wanted.
Oh, it's a man sharpening a lawnmowers. It's kind of a sling blade type thing. You ever see
At
that
the
one?
Clavel Lawnmower Hospital.
Yeah, that's cool.
All guests are welcome to hone to old or new.
Did you watch Sling Blade?
Oh yeah, I've seen Sling Blade.
Oh, it's so good.
He likes French fries
French fried
with
potatoes.
mustard, right?
Yeah.
Here today, gone tomorrow.
So
Wasn't
what is
there-
this? What's up?
Wasn't there a hair business that had hair today, gone tomorrow, or
That
something
could
like
be.
that?
I don't know. That sounds very familiar. You know what? My dream barbershop name would be?
What?
Call it the Care Hut. Get your hair cut at the Care Hut. I don't know.
Ooh,
That's been in the back of my mind for decades, and it's kind of an intrusive
pretty
thought
solid.
that I can't get rid of.
yeah. I have business names.
What
to
is this?
send your laundry.
Carlsbad Steam Library. What does that phone number say?
Deluxe Cleaners phone 222 ER 444 or extension 444.
Absolutely 222, but that's not enough numbers for a phone. I'm not buying it.
Old school rotary.
What's this?
You had to record your own voice with the new Howard recording phonograph. and
That's
radio.
awesome. I do like it. I like it.
I gotta try that.
Yeah, for sure.
Wait, I don't like it. A lot of people
Call
don't like
Homer
Call
Divers.
divers.
Wait, now the phone number is just 39? That's less digits than the 222.
Isn't that
That's-
like a time when you call operator, like a phone operator, and then they connect you? Isn't that like those times?
I don't know.
I don't know.
That was before my
rotary or
time. I'm
old school
elderly, but I'm not that elderly. Unfortunately. Ooh la la.
Hello, operator. Perfect.
She
form.
does have a perfect form.
In the kicker, Nick slip.
What the? On the level? What does it say under the first one?
Ordinary Mattress Company, beauty
then-
rest, luxury comfort.
So that's how they used to make mattresses back in the 40s? With that weird crinkle? I don't know. I could never
I
sleep
think-
like that.
I think
What's
that
up?
was the I don't think that was. That guy looks miserable. The person
Yeah.
on that bed. So
Yeah, well, doesn't it say ordinary mattress? So that's what people were doing
Yeah.
back then? No wonder old people are
Unless you
so
had
cranky.
beauty rest.
What a sleep.
Sleepy.
I feel
Hang on,
fresh
hang on.
What a sleep.
I know you can't hear it, but the mystery producer is reading this one out. This is a comic. I want to see what it says.
What a sleep. I feel fresh enough to battle a lion.
Weird.
Wow. Fresh enough to battle a lion. Okay, that's panel 1.
It's gone. The gun's been stolen.
Jeez. That's a nightmare scenario.
That's you. I feel like fighting a conda.
Yeah, I do. When I get a
Or
good
cobra.
rest, when I get a good rest,
Sorry,
I always think that I could fight a lion.
Then Sir Dragor has it. We
Oh,
are
no.
lost. Not yet.
All right, okay, Scorchy. He's not giving up hope just yet.
Meanwhile, bang!
Wow. Okay, what is he? What's getting shot? Is that just vases getting shot?
Bang, bang, bang on the dance floor.
Pepito.
Wait, what?
I'm assuming that. I'm asking, is that vases getting shot? Is that what's going on?
Yeah, glassware. All 3, 4,
All right.
3 of them
all
are
right.
shot.
Well, what
Someone's
happens
good at
next?
shooting.
Good. Ha! As Scorchy would say, honey, you're a natural.
Okay, so Scorchy would say that. Do you think Scorchy would say that? I assume this is Lord Dragor, the gun thief.
As Airhag would say.
I did look up to see what the next comic, because that really grabbed me. You know, Scorchy goes to sleep. He wakes up feeling like he could fight a lion. His gun's been stolen. Horrifying. I had to see what happened the next day, so I did take a peek at what comes next. And do you have any idea what happens next in the story of Scorchy?
Yes, he finds his gun. Or he had found his gun. He shoots someone. There's murder.
Now that would be exciting. Actually, what happened is it's another 4-panel comic, and it's just about how awful it is that Lord Dragor stole his gun. That's just so strange to me, because if that were today, he'd just go to the 7-Eleven and buy another gun. It's crazy.
Dragor.
Declare war on your debts. We can blitzkrieg them in less than 15 minutes. We're geared for speed. Foundation Investment Company.
Wow. Okay. So they're declaring war and they're saying they're going to blitzkrieg and everything. And as a reminder, when we looked at the first page, the Nazis were pledging that the French were doomed or something like that. So this is in the middle of the actual World War II. It's kind of insensitive to say we're going to blitzkrieg your whatever they're saying. I don't know. Who's this? What does it say?
Girl
What does
makes
it say?
cowboy saddles.
Okay, nice. All right. Congratulations to her. Ooh,
Ooh.
I do recognize this. This man is Paul Bond, the famous Carlsbad rodeoer who later went on to make luxury cowboy boots that are prized possessions by
Carlsbad
collectors all
boots.
over. Yeah, this is him. This is the type of stunt riding he did. And I don't know. I do kind of feel bad for that horse. He's getting stomped on. But I mean, what else were you going to do in the 40s, I guess?
Those days.
What? Now we just have a 1-number phone number and it's the number 1? That's too much. I'm through with this. We have... Wait, what is this? I'm being told we have an update from Phoenix to close the show out.
Henry Clark describes days when Phoenix and Seven Rivers were rough, tough spots.
Okay.
That one's spelled different.
Yeah, they messed it up. I don't know. These people are lazy. The journalist who wrote this did not do a good job.
Henry Clark, now employed by the United States Potash Company, came to Carlsbad in company with a man named Jim Barrett, who
Whoa.
later snuffed out the lives of a couple of dam workers after a 3-day drunk and gained the distinction of being the only man ever to be hanged in Carlsbad.
Okay, so Clark came to town with James Barrett of Boots Off for Barrett fame.
Yeah.
He recalls that when the judge was sentencing him to be hanged by the neck until dead on the 17th of March, Barrett interrupted him saying, "You can't hang an Irishman on St. Patrick's Day."
There's a loophole. That's very smart of Mr. James Barrett. But that's very bold of the judge to say you're going to hang until you're dead. Come on. Flair for the dramatic. I swear, this judge, the Nazis, everybody was too into their theatricalness. I guess maybe the 40s, everybody was a theater kid.
When Barrett and Clark, who had been working on the railroad, jumped off a train in Carlsbad in February 1892, they were startled by a volley of shots.
Wow. Okay, so they just show up in Carlsbad, in Phoenix, and boom, they hear shots already.
A volley.
A volley, absolutely. What I'm trying to see. Okay.
Let's jump here.
Cinderoni says they only had theater and horse stomping. So, absolutely, I should be more lenient. I'm trying to be less of a hater in my elder years, you know? Cobra, you're crazy. Okay.
"Don't be alarmed," said one of the townsfolk. "That's just Tom York shooting apples off little Pearl's head."
Isn't that the Radiohead man?
Yeah. I'm a creep.
Ew. You are, dude. So wait. So Tom York, Radiohead, is shooting apples off of Pearl's head? What the hell is that all about?
York was known as one of the best pistol shots in the West, and he used to line up the ladies of easy virtue and shoot apples off their heads in order to attract customers to his saloon, Clark said.
Wow. Okay. What is this? Soy Teresa said, so they had apple shooting too, actually. So, yeah, this Tom York would take the ladies of virtue, or whatever the slogan. I'll wise you up, Pepito. When he says things like that, what he's talking about is prostitutes.
See virtue, yeah.
And
the trade.
He would shoot apples off their heads to convince people to come into his saloon. I don't know if that would convince me. But then again, I would probably be heading into the saloon already. Oh, what Tree General? Hey, watch me shoot very near these sex workers' heads. Absolutely. I'm glad we're beyond that. I was gonna make a joke and say, if you vote for Brother Binks to be the mayor of Phoenix when it is resurrected, that's the type of thing he would endorse, is the bringing back apple shooting, where I would want to support the sex workers and I wouldn't want them to have apples shot off their head. When I am mayor, sex workers can walk around with apples on their head all day without fear of them being shot off. That's my pledge.
Unicycle stunts of Frank Kendall
cool.
amuse visitors.
That's a big unicycle.
Frank Kendall, ex-alderman, jokester, and enterprising operator of a gasoline emporium, tire store, and bicycle shop, entertains tourists when they stop at his station on the corner of Canal and Green Streets.
All right. So yeah, I do little tricks. Soy Teresa says she thinks sex workers should shoot apples. That would be tight. Now that's the Phoenix I want to live in. A bunch of sex workers walking around shooting apples. Pow, 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 pow. Brah, brah. I don't know. I can see it. I can love it. I can do it.
One of his most daring stunts in his youth was riding a motorcycle at high speed across the narrow rim of the flume spanning the Pecos River. He has won a host of friends among boy bicyclists by staging cycle races and giving prizes to winner.
He's won a host of friends among boy bicyclists by staging cycle races.
Yeah. I have walked across the top of the flumes. Have you ever done that?
Yeah, I've walked on it, but not ridden a bike.
You
That'd be
haven't
cool.
taken your motorcycle up there?
No.
I would have. Absolutely. But they wouldn't let me drive a motorcycle at that time in my life. That is about it, Pepito. It's been
That
a
was a
fun
lot.
show. That
You
was
just,
a
like,
lot.
ruined so much at the end.
Yeah, we went on a tour of the paper of the day. I do like that. I think that might become a new thing, is that if we have time, dip into seeing what the paper of the day also talked about. Hang on, I gotta lean in close here. What does this say? Cinderoni says, "Lol, Soy Teresa, I can see this in my head." You would. Absolutely. Soy Teresa says, "It was a fun episode." I do agree. Let's close this thing out. Alright. Lyric of the week. This comes from a band called Peeve. Peeve. And they say, "Gravedigger, gravedigger, only has a lonely heart?" Wait. "Gravedigger, gravedigger, just has a broken heart and a shitty liver." I think that's how it goes. I can't remember exactly, but the important thing to remember is when she says gravedigger over and over. It's a good song. And the guest that we would like to invite to be on a future episode tonight, the invite goes to Danny Lyon. So, Danny Lyon, if you're out there watching, you are hereby invited to come on Caveman News. Pepito, in 1 week from today,
1 week.
Soy Teresa says she will email Danny Lyon. What a man. He's so sick. Okay, 1 week exactly from right now, we'll be finishing up next week's episode, which will be episode 77, Gold Cave. Thank you, Pepito. We're
Thank you.
Dafu
That was awesome.
1312. When you're here next week, Pepito and I will both see you. Oh, wait, hang on. No, first, Pepito, didn't you say that you had something that you needed to address before we close?
Stop. If I was in the chat, I would be saying, stop the show.
I know you would.
Stop the show.
Okay.
Oh, sorry, Pepito. We're being told by Soy Teresa that it is time to stop the show. So, let's do that. Goodbye, everybody.
Every time you turn a page, you have to wash your hands.
caveman? A caveman? Caveman? Man.
A caveman. It's a caveman.
I just don't think I'm ready to handle it. Okay. I just think I'm ready to handle it. Okay, man. I just don't think I'm ready to handle it. Okay, man. I just don't think I'm ready to handle it.
I found a caveman. I found a caveman.
A caveman.